your attendance today. My name is Renewable. I'm the MPC Associates. Today, my session, I'll talk about energy efficiency and renewable energy industry in Malaysia. The highlight will be on the key initiative by the government, and also for us to highlight where are the areas where all parties can be involved, either local companies, even international investors to come forward.
皆様おはようございます。今日のご参加ありがとうございます。今からマレーシアのエネルギー効率と再生可能エネルギー産業についてお話しします。
Okay, let's have an overview on the energy in Malaysia. First, I want to highlight on the energy policies in Malaysia. If you look at the diagram here, if you look at all our energy policies so far, all are focused on the supply of energy.
これはマレーシア政府のエネルギー政策ですね。ここには図の通り見てるとエネルギー供給に集中してきました。
And we have achieved our goal in terms of supplying energy to our people. For example, our electrification is, according to World Bank, almost 100% 24 hours electrified in Malaysia. And therefore, now we want to focus on how we can make our energy consumer more energy efficient for the energy received.
今後のエネルギー供給だけじゃなくてですね、消費される額の効率について集中していきたいと思います。
At present, government is now drafting the specific policy on the national energy efficiency policy.
で、こういった政策は政府が下準備に取り組んでいます。
Okay, actually in Malaysia, the energy sector is very significant. In overall, it's contributing to the GDP is almost 30%, and also in terms of workforce, big workforce, and also among the highest paid kind of job in the energy sector.
マレーシアではエネルギー部門はかなり大したもので、国内生産量の3割もなっているし、先物の給料としても多い払っている人が多いです。
However, at present, the focus on the manpower are more on the supplying of energy. That's why now I want to build more manpower in how to make the energy being used more efficiently.
しかし、この産業には多くの働き者がエネルギー供給に集中しています。で、今後は書いてほしいのは消費の効率に集中していただきたいです。
Okay, if you look at this chart, okay, if you look at our supply, okay, GDP and also demand growth, at present, our GDP is always strongly correlated to our demand of energy.
この図を見るとお分かりになると思いますが、国内生産量が、エネルギー供給と強く結んでいます。
So now our goal, we try to decouple between the demand and the GDP growth. Therefore, we want to grow our GDP with the lesser energy consumption.
目標としては、国内生産とエネルギー供給を切り離した。要するはエネルギー供給に頼らずに国内生産を増やそうと思っています。
Okay, just for example, comparatively, compared to Malaysia and Japan, the consumption over GDP of Japan is 3 times lower than consumption over GDP of Malaysia. Means that Japan grow their GDP with lesser consumption. So that's our goal. We want to reduce our consumption. We have to increase our GDP higher.
もちろん国内生産を増やそうと思ってはいますが、日本に比べると日本はエネルギー供給をもう3倍ほど効率よく使っている。マレーシアも真似した方がいいと思います。
Okay, let me show you our current example, our current electricity generation mix. Our generation of electricity still mainly based on the fossil fuel, which consists of 50% coal, which is 100% imported, and followed by gas, and the rest. So therefore now we are, so far in Malaysia, are no longer net exporting energy country, we are now net importing energy country.
ここでは発電方法が見れるんですけど、炭素にかなり頼ってて、燃やす発電方法が多いのです。
In terms of energy consumers, the biggest consumer basically is transport sector and industrial sector. This is our key focus in improving our energy efficiency.
消費される側として、産業や、物流が多くのエネルギーを使っているから、ここには、効率改善を求めます。
Now I would like to share with you some key policies that are the current key policies in Malaysia about energy. The first one, we just launched our new national energy policy in 2022 with the focus on focusing on the managing the demand side of the energy sector.
今から政府のエネルギーに関する政策を紹介したいと思いますが、まずはエネルギーを効率よく使えるか考えましょう。
Okay, our new energy policy, we also will aim to become low carbon nation by 2040. With the focus on the demand side, we want to regulate our consumption with the new law.
2040年までは炭素を少なくして済むようにしたいんですが、それはやっぱりエネルギー使用の効率を改善しなければなりません。
Okay, the second key policy, the current one, is we call it National Energy Transition Roadmap. We launched it from 2023, the goal until 2050.
これは国が作ったエネルギーの乗り換えのロードマップなんです。2023年から、目標達成は今2050年に設置してあります。
In this policy document, the top priority here, look the top here, is we want to improve significantly our energy efficiency. Meaning we want to switch to more, to become more energy efficient user as a country.
この国の政策者ですけど、一番優先順位の高いのが一番高いところで、エネルギーの効率効率の良いエネルギーに変えます。
At the same time, we want to build our capacity also improvement into the supply greener energy sources.
もちろん再生可能なエネルギーも使いたいです。
Okay. to implement this transition, if you look here, there's some cross-cutting enablers we need to make it possible. And one of the key one here, we have the policy now. We want to make our law become more strict when it comes to energy consumption.
この乗り換えを可能にしてくれるのはさすがに政府の政策や法律なんです。法律を厳しくしていきましょう。
Okay, for this transition roadmap, we have set a target for energy consumption for the demand side. This is our target. We want to achieve the reduction from 2018 until 2050. For example, for industrial and commercial building sector, we want to reduce consumption by 2050 at 23%.
ここではエネルギー消費の目標が見えますけど、例えば上が産業や商業のエネルギー、右側の2050年までは 23% 減らしたいと思います。
The biggest impact we expect from this number, we want to reduce our national energy intensity. Then we want to reduce the consumption, and then we can get our national energy intensity much lower from currently.
そこの数字は、すごく大きく変動を表しているという証拠になるでしょう。
Okay, in this National Energy Transformation Roadmap document, we have identified how much is the potential amount of investment will be involved. If you look here, we're expecting at every period here, 2030 to 2040, 2040 to 2050, this is the amount of investment that we are looking at, we will be involved to somehow to drive the energy efficiency switch for the nation.
マレーシアという国のエネルギーの進行は、この絵で10年ごとでの投資の見込み、どのぐらい投資が必要かというのを予想した図。
The biggest portions of this investment we expect mainly from retrofitting to adopt new efficient technologies and also from the digitalizations, which is involves smart system and so on.
もちろんデジタル化やスマートシティ授業も大きいんですけど、従来の政府の建物の
To achieve the number, to achieve those numbers, these are key initiatives that we have documented in the policy document. It covers all segments of the users. For example, here for the awareness for the people, for the equipment used in the country, we are going to regulate more to become more energy efficient. We also have mandated some legal requirement for the energy audit for the industrial and commercial buildings.
投資目標を達成するために、ここには細かく書いてありますけど、いろいろやっていく詳細をしています。
Okay, for building sector, we want to build more energy efficient building. At the same time, we want to retrofit existing building to become more energy efficient.
新しい建物には環境を考慮した作りを求めますし、従来の建物にはできることだけをやってもらいます。
Okay, to implement all that, mainly that's why we will want to establish the Energy Service Company platform or ESCO platform to enable local and international company to come and invest into the energy efficiency retrofitting for the building sector.
建築産業ですけど、マレーシア国内の会社も国際の会社もこのエスコプラットフォームという制度を通して 参加できるようにしております。
For renewable energy, we have a very strong framework and also policy, and we have set a target by 2050. We want to make our electricity generation mix at 70% from the renewable energy sources.
ここでは、かなり強い枠組みを作ったのが言いますが、最終目的は右側の赤い地での再生エネルギーの、容量を全体の7割にします。それは2050年。
So we hope that by having the new law, the new policies for energy efficiency, we can grow our energy efficiency industry as much as how fast our renewable energy industry has grown so far.
この政府の新しい枠組みや組織で、エネルギー産業を今までよりもっと早く成長させたいと思います。
These are the target and also the numbers involved in our newly launched Malaysia Renewable Energy Roadmap.
新しく起動しているマレーシア再生エネルギーロードマップの数字です。
Because Malaysia mainly a very hot country, a sunny country, that's why the main focus on the RE industry growth basically on the solar energy.
マレーシアはとても暑くて日照のいい国なんだから、一番大きい注目はもちろん太陽光発電としています。
We hope that by pushing more aggressive on the renewable energy, we can reduce our CO2 emission to this as targeted here.
これを強く促進して目標を達成できると望んでいます。
So, in general, in Malaysia, from the government and also followed by major companies in Malaysia, we are all now committed also to achieve the net zero target by 2050.
マレーシア政府だけではなくて、大手企業みんな同じ思いです。2050年まで達成しようとしています。
This is our national direction. They call it the Malaysia Plan every 5 years. And this is some of our big Malaysia government-linked companies to show example to other private sector to lead the way to get to achieve the net zero target.
ここで見えるのは政府の5年ごとの企画と、あと、ニュースには載っている大手企業の具体例、他の企業にいい見本を見せています。
Now I would like to share with you some key energy efficiency programs in Malaysia where many parties can be involved. If you look at the history here, if you look from the start, way back from late 90s, most of the programs are project-based. Then after the project ended, there's no continuation. But compared to currently, for the past 5 years, 10 years, we start to have more long-term program with a clear policy to be achieved. This is the history so far. That's why we're still evolving, we're still improving to achieve our target when it comes to the energy efficiency.
ここではエネルギー効率の取り組みの歴史がありますけど、古くからいろんな企画をやっていますが、みんな日付が決まったで作ったのがということが多かったのが、ここ最近5年間ぐらいはもっと多め長期的な取り組みにしています。
Just for information, my career started somewhere in this 2000, so I'm happy to still remain in this industry to see the progress so far. That's why I can connect all the dots for you. Just for a second.
ちなみに私のキャリアが2000年で始まった。 けにして、僕はこの中の点全部覚えてる。皆様に全部。
Okay, now about
説明できます。
okay. Now about the laws in Malaysia. Before this, our law in Malaysia are all about regulating the supply of energy. That's why the recent one, okay, last year the parliament has endorsed the first law in Malaysia comprehensively to regulate on how the consumer using the energy. The new act, they call it Energy Efficiency and Conservation Act, just launched last year, okay, approved last year and effective from 2025.
改めて言いますけど、最近までは政府の注目点は全部エネルギーの供給側の方に行っていまして、でここ最近、消費側に集中しています。
I would like to highlight more about the new law. They call it EECA or Energy and Conservation Act, which is effective from 1st January this year.
これは新しい法律でエネルギーの効率と無駄を起こさない件です。
The main goal objective of this act basically, first we want to improve the efficiency in all these sectors, industrial, commercial and residential, with the goal to reduce the carbon emission intensity, okay? And also we want to achieve our goal to become the carbon neutral country by 2050.
すべての産業、消費、住宅、すべての部門でエネルギーをちゃんと使ってほしいです。そうすれば、ガスの排出量を 45% 2030年のパリス協定の通りに減らすことができますし、で、政府の望みは2050年まではカーボンニュートラル、いわゆるネットゼロが目標になっています。
For under this new law, the new act, there were about this law targeting all the large energy consumers, covering industrial facilities and also commercial buildings. To summarize this, okay, this act will affect over, I would say here, almost together with all the industrial facilities, about 2,000 industrial facilities. This one only for electrical, we count thermal as well, and also about 600 buildings facilities. However, this 2,000 plus about 600, they are consuming about, I would say, over 70% of total energy in Malaysia.
この新しい条例法律の取り組みなんですけど、それに従って大手企業を狙っています。赤と緑の、輪っかの中では企業数が載っています。3万弱と600ぐらい。でまずやっぱり大企業が従ってもらわないといけないです。
For large consumer, they are the one that using energy more than 21,600 gigajoule of energy per year. This considered as large energy consumers.
定義としてその、一番上左側の数字21,650年差での消費が大きいとされます。
So this summary. This is the summary on what they need to comply. These are the new mandatory requirement for all the large consumers.
大物エネルギーの消費が従わないといけない詳細はここに。
Okay, for example, I want to highlight on these two sections here. For example, for the large consumer, what they need to do will become mandatory for them. First, they must appoint an energy manager. They must develop and implement energy management system. They must submit the report every year to the government, and also they must conduct an energy audit every 5 years.
左側大手エネルギー消費者は、まずマネージャーをつけないといけないし、で制度通りそれにレポートを政府の方に出さないといけないのと、毎5年それは検査をします。
And the key to get this implemented, basically the energy manager. So we expect each consumer must have their own energy manager, full-time and in-house, okay, that help to make the consumer more energy efficient through the appointment of the energy manager.
エネルギーマネージャーが、それは政府が出す資格を持ったもの、それは社内で雇っていないといけないです。
Part of complying to the legal requirement, this also will create a new kind of career for engineering graduate examination to become energy managers and also energy auditors.
これでエネルギー管理の分野で新しい雇用も生まれています。
Okay, under the Act, there are also requirements for manufacturers, importers, and also sellers. Previously, we just control the domestic appliances, but under this new Act, we are also controlling the industrial equipment such as motors, pumps, boilers, and also chillers.
今まで国内消費にしとるから、今度もっと細かく大きな機械、冷蔵庫、業務上のところも管理されます。
This is some example. At present, before this, we just control domestic appliances. This product now must be labeled. Okay, they must meet minimum rating, star rating. But from this year and onwards, okay, we'll start to control the industrial equipment, and government will start to control the motors. Okay, so we expect in the very near future, only certain grade of motor only can enter Malaysian market.
今まで家庭家電ばっかりで表紙つけてきてるんですけど、今度産業用のモーター、大きな機械も法律下になります。だからマレーシアのモーターが法律よくなると思います。
So this is the impact. This has some of the impacts we can expect from the enforcement of the Act. I won't go in detail one by one, but what I can summarize here, the impact of the Act will cover all segments of energy consumption, either at the buildings, manufacturing facilities, even at the house as a consumers.
ここでは全部詳細言わないけど、この法律導入の効果はやっぱり普通の家庭でも大きな企業でも影響されます。
So we seriously expect that this act will be a very significant, will play a very significant role in getting large consumer to become more energy efficient for Malaysia.
マレーシアの中では法律は大きくみんなに効率よくエネルギーを使うようにさせると期待しております。
Just to add to that, all this require some kind of investment. For example, if to build new buildings, we have to get more money to build new building because new building normally more expensive. But for long term, much a low cost for long term. So that's why all this, require investment, require cooperations, okay, from many parties, either local or even international.
そしたらやはり、こういった、変動はみんな投資が必要です。金を投資して、眺めを見ればそれは、景気全体が
So these are impacts, okay, we expect to achieve from the enforcement of the new act. So we expect we can, this is amounts of saving we can expect in 15 years. Okay, this is when it comes to, if you convert this into how much car on the road we can save the consumption, okay, of energy, okay, and this is the how many tree we can save, okay, and also this is the how much CO2 carbon that we can avoid or reduce, for the next 15 years from the act.
これは法律の効果が見えるので、まず経費削減みたいなのを兼ねて、車の距離と、木の数、そして、排気ガスの量、これだけ削減。
Now this is another program. Okay, this program they call it National Energy Efficiency Action Plan 1.0 from typing error here, 2016 until 2035 this year.
これは別な企画で、ごめんなさい、上右にちょっと打ち間違いがありまして、2016年から2025年のことです。
So this action plan has 5 programs, and out of these 5, only 1 is mandatory. Okay, even though only 1 out of 5 is mandatory, but we have achieved so far, okay, almost achieved 8% as targeted when it comes to the reduction of energy consumption.
実はこの5つの企画の中で、1つだけみんな従わないといけないのに、もう 8%。
And this is implemented without having the law, the specific law. So we hope that when we have the act coming on board, we can achieve much bigger number. We are now developing the NEEP 2.0 version from 2016 until 2035.
これは法律になってできた結果でありまして、今度まだ法律に定めると、10年もっと効果が出ると期待しています。
Another program that we have launched at the national level, we call it Energy Audit Conditional Grant, where we give the fund for companies to conduct energy audit. And with that audit grant, okay, we should set a condition where they must implement the recommendation from the audit.
これは大物企業に、エネルギーの調査を受けさせてもらう企画で、提案導入の必ずみんな入れないと。
From this program, first we have managed to help companies to identify saving potential and implement the saving projects. At the same time, we also have managed to build the capacity of our energy service companies, where we produce a lot of new and trained energy auditors from this program.
ここでまず受ける側の目標は経費削減たくさんできますし、ともにそのエネルギー産業の中にたくさん優秀なものを育つ効果があります。
So far, the result has been very encouraging because so far from the energy audit they conducted, the government funded, that lead to more projects, large-scale projects, and adoption of many efficient technologies, and also more to digitalization of the energy management activities for these companies.
まず調査を受ければ、企業様は投資の必要が分かるようになって、それでいろんな新規を組み込んで、エネルギーの効率改善とデジタル化も進みます。
Another program, they call it a SAFE program. Okay, we started this program from 2011, and this program is targeting domestic users. The idea is to save energy from more efficient equipment by giving a rebate for appliances like fridge and air conditioners. Okay, and then also to create awareness about the importance of energy efficiency among the people.
これは別企画で新しいので、普通の一般人に、エネルギーの効率の意識を高める効果があります。皆さんに、家電の割引効率良いものに割引で出しているし、普通の一般人が参加するようになります。
Because of this program has been very successful, if you look at the number here, all the number has been proven from the program. That's why the government have agreed to extend this program, to extend further. Okay, they rebrand the name to the NUR program, but they expand it to small medium enterprise and also small medium industry, or not only the domestic users, also covering companies now, but small companies.
この企画は非常に評判が良くて効果的で、ご覧の通りに数字で見えるものですけど、そこで、延長に入って一般客だけじゃなくて小中企業も参加するようになっています。
Just a bit background of this program, history. I was the first project manager for this. That's why I can see this program very successful. That's why this program basically now has triggered so many brands to get their product rated 5-star and 4-star, and more, and somehow resulted in the price of the product become much cheaper now compared to 2011.
ちなみにこの企画は、我々初のマネージャーだったのが成功できたのにつながってるんじゃないかと思いたいのとどんどん人気になっていろんな家電メーカーさんがブランドを載せてで、産業を増やして値段も安くなっています。
So, for the banking side, for financing part, even our national bank has come up with the guidelines, okay, for bankers, okay, to consider green or energy efficiency project in their funding with special kind of consideration like special rate and so on. Yeah.
で、こういう運動がマレーシア中に広まって、国の銀行までもエネルギーの効率良い使い方を推進するようになる。
It means that now if banks fund some energy efficiency project or green project, they are given certain kind of special interest rates for the applicants. They are encouraged to give special interest rate for such applicants for the loans.
今日ならもう銀行は環境に考慮した問題に取り組んでいる企業さんに、利息を減らして出したりするようになりました。
At the same time, for companies that are investing on green or energy efficient kind of solution at the company, they also given special kind of tax exemption or incentive to encourage more investment into the energy efficient kind of projects for companies, either local or international companies in Malaysia.
で企業様も、環境問題に取り組んでいますと税も安くなりますし、これはマレーシア国内の企業だけじゃなくて国際企業もマレーシアでそうなります。
There's a special fund launched by the National Bank. Basically, this one targeting for the SME and SMEs, small companies. They got a very low financing rate, for example here, for any green project, including energy efficiency projects. This loan is guaranteed by the government.
これは具体例の一つなんだけど、政府が起こしたおかげで、銀行は、中小企業が環境問題に取り組むと利息を低くして 5% にしてくれた。それでみんな企業様は環境を考えるようになっていました。
These are some of our national renewable energy program, which is this program are quite established and somehow has created a very significant achievement so far. They call it self-consumption program where companies can generate their own power. Okay, they can get special license. Before this, they couldn't. They must get from the national utility approval. And then we have the net energy metering for the domestic users, building also industrial sector, where they can generate power from renewable energy such as solar, and any extra they can inject to the national grid. And then we have the large scale solar for the large solar like solar farm, large scale where international and local company can bid to offer the best deal. And finally we have the feed-in tariff. This is what has been so far has been proven successful, where the government gives a special rate for so-called RE developer, where they can sell it to the grid at higher price.
マレーシア全国で導入されている、再生エネルギーの企画なんですけど、企業や住宅から、自分でエネルギーを発電して、自分で消費してもいいようになるのと、もっと大きな企業なら全国のネットワークに供給できるようになっています。で、手数料も決まってみんな喜んでこの制度を使っています。
And somehow for renewable energy, there are many kind of modes on how you can spend. Either you can use cash, okay? You can easily now you can get a loan with low interest. Okay, we got even investor don't mind to invest in your for renewable energy at your plant. They can pay you everything, and you can have separate agreement, and you also can do for leasing. So these are proven when options are offered. There are more avenue where people can go for renewable energy in Malaysia now.
再生エネルギーですけど、お金のやり取りはさまざまな方法がありまして、やっぱり規模によるんです。個人の消費者は現金で払いますし、中小企業はローンを背負うこともあって、クレジットや、契約結んだりするもっと大物企業もありますし、でリースという形までいろいろさまざまな払い方があった方がみんなの導入が進みます。
For renewable energy program in Malaysia, you can go to this website, SEDA website. So this is if you go here, all information about renewable energy projects or program are all in the SEDA Malaysia.
もっと詳しく知りたい方はSEDAマレーシアというサイトをこちらに載っているサイトにご覧になってください。
So these are another program for renewable energy, but for much bigger scope, cover corporate sector. We have here a green energy tariff, okay, for companies who want to buy electricity at higher rate because the source from renewable energy. So to show the commitment on green energy.
これはもっとずっと大きな規模の企画なんです。大物規模の再生取り組みです。
We also have the program we call it CRESS, okay, Corporate Renewable Energy Supply Scheme, where companies can deal with the renewable energy developer and they can get the supply accordingly business to business. Only with the government minimum intervention through the law and other requirements. So it's more freedom for company to work together to get renewable energy now from this program.
そして企業様同士でのエネルギー供給と消費が、政府の手があまり入らずにできるようにしてきたんです。
We also have now the program cross-border sales, that now other countries, okay, can buy any excess of renewable energy from Malaysia, can similar to Greek countries can supply to Malaysia. We have enabled this to happen now. Even now we are some we supply to, for example, we supply to Singapore, we supply to other countries as well from the renewable energy sources.
さすがにエネルギーは国境を越えた需要もありまして、マレーシアから、再生エネルギー作った方が国際でも売れるように許しています。
And the last one is the recent one. They call it Community Renewable Energy Aggregation Mechanism or CREAM. Basically, they will allow the community to develop their own renewable energy sources and the government to facilitate them so that they in order to get better adoption of the renewable energy involvement from the communities.
これで地方のコミュニティが自分たち同士で再生エネルギーを作ったり供給したり買ったり消費したりできるようにしたんです。で、導入が
So this is my last slide, okay? How we can achieve net zero, okay, for Malaysia. So of course, we cannot do it alone. We need more aggressive effort, okay, when it comes to energy efficiency. But at the same time, we also need more investment as well.
これは最後のスライドですけど、今後はどうなるでしょう。さすがに、もっといろんな企画を起こさなきゃ目標達成できませんし、でさすがに投資も必要です。以上です。
Okay, we have this component. So under the new act, we have to make energy management system as a requirement for the large user. So we control equipment, industrial facilities. Alright. We will legalize some legal requirement on the operation of new building. Okay, taken care by the act. Okay.
法律条例のもさまざまな機能ですけど、さすがにエネルギーの管理制度を
And same
使
time,
わせますし、
sorry.
効率よくエネルギーを使ってもらうし、で、新しい施設もエネルギー効率を考えたように作ってもらいます。
Okay, but and then for the domestic user, we will control the equipment through the act. Okay, and we hope that the whole idea, we want to make energy efficiency and renewable energy become a lifestyle of Malaysians. Okay, through the act, through the law, and also through adoption of these efficient vehicles, even solar system and so on. So we want to achieve this at the end, so that when our business, our communities adopt energy efficiency, so everything will become a lifestyle in business, even in the daily life.
やっぱりこの手、マレーシア国民が再生エネルギーを使って、効率よく消費するには家電の扱い方から、公共の 電気自動車の導入と、太陽光発電も、スマート家の管理の制度で交通機関までもみんな、効率よく再生エネルギーを使ってもらいます、マレーシアでは。
Okay, with that, thank you very much. I think I have highlighted, okay, I have highlighted to you what's the current Malaysia energy scenario in overall, as well as the current key program on how we can make our consumption become more energy efficient. To do that, again, we need to get more involvement from internal parties, international parties, and also more investment to this energy efficiency for Malaysia. Thank you very much.
皆さんありがとうございました。マレーシアエネルギーの現状を説明できたと思いますが、今後さらに改善するには、みんなからの投資も待っています。よろしくお願いします。